in sunny, beautiful Los Angeles at the NFL Network studios. I'm alongside Andrew Siciliano. You see him at the NFL Network desk all the time. Thanks for having us out here. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Tatum, thanks for bringing the good weather. It rained all last week, but Minnesota shows up. This feels like Minnesota in April.
They were trying to treat us a little bit, and we're going to treat you guys a little bit differently today with this one-on-one interview. We're going to do something called Call Your Shot. I'm going to let you call your shot on a few scenarios, future tense, for these Vikings.
All right, let's do it.
After a 13-win season, I'm going to put you to the test. So the first one is draft-related since, we're only a couple weeks away. Vikings draft a QB in the first round.
I'm going to say no, with one exception here. If one of the guys they love falls and you're sitting at 23, then you have to turn in the card. I think they do draft a quarterback in this draft. I'd be surprised if it's in the first round at 23. Now, trading up from 23, if someone looks really interesting, maybe, but sitting at 23, no, I don't think they do.
No, you don't think so. Okay, next one. With the 23rd pick in the NFL draft, the Vikings do select
a wide receiver.
Okay.
I think with Adam Thielen now in Carolina, Justin Jefferson needs a running buddy. If there's a D lineman obviously there, if there's a linebacker there, maybe that could go differently. But I would have to think if the player is right, it's wide receiver at 23.
Is there a Viking or is there a wide receiver in this NFL draft that you think could be a good fit for the Vikings team with that lower pick at 23?
I think this is a better tight end draft than it is a wide receiver draft. But after the T.J. Hawkinson trade, I can't imagine they target tight end at 23. Jackson Smith-Njigba is personally my favorite wide receiver in the draft. I think he's going to be long gone by then. I think Quentin Johnston, the TCU wide receiver, who's a bigger body guy, taller than Justin Jefferson, a little bit bigger than Justin Jefferson. I think he would possibly be there at 23, but I also know he's visiting the Ravens, who, as we record this today, are sitting right in front at 22.
That is a fair assessment. But, receiver, always a very hot pick. We saw Justin Jefferson fall to the Vikings a few years ago, and look what happened with that.
Yeah, I think
Worked
that
out pretty
one
well.
turned out okay.
Worked out pretty well. All right, next one. Vikings will be a top 10 defense in the league next season.
Can I say no, but I do think they're improved?
Yes.
Because there's only one way to go from last year, and that would be up. I think jumping into the top 10 would be a huge jump. We've seen it happen before. I'm going to say somewhere between 10 and 15. How about that?
Yeah,
optimistic,
we'll take it.
But not going straight to the top.
We love a good cautious, optimistic take.
Cautiously optimistic, but just imagine what a 13-win team could do if that defense just got halfway better.
I think that could potentially mean a trophy. Potentially. Well, speaking of that, how about calling your shot on this? The Vikings win 10 games or more.
I'll say yes on that.
Okay.
I'll say because not only with 13 wins and you win the division here, but, obviously the division's going through a transition with Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, Detroit's on the rise. I think Chicago's going to be better. How much better? I have no idea. Yeah, the Vikings right now, as it stands, are clearly the team to beat. So if you go from 13 to 10, obviously that's a downgrade, but 10 still gets you in. 10 probably still wins. Well, maybe not. 10 is certainly in the conversation, and certainly you're playing in January. Okay,
so then that brings up the next one I have. Do they repeat as NFC North champions?
I am going to say, I know everyone's on the Detroit bandwagon. I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I think the Vikings and the Lions are the two teams in this year from the NFC North. As we record this today in April, before the draft, a lot could change, but right now in April, I'd say, yeah, Vikings repeat, Lions get it.
It's okay. We won't air this if you get it
really?
wrong. Only if you get it right. So it's okay.
Can you put that in writing?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, we can.
good.
Yes. Well, and that's also on
So
video,
if this airs and they don't make the win the division, it's not my fault.
Exactly. All right. Last one is: do the Vikings win a playoff game this season?
No, Vikings win a playoff game this season. So they had a playoff game at home last year. You guys obviously know that, and it didn't go that well. If I'm going to be bold enough to say repeat division winner, then yes, I will say they will win a playoff game.
We appreciate you playing this Call Your Shot game. I always like the really way too early predictions. They're funny to look back on.
We should do this like every month leading up until September, and that only play the ones that are wrong, which won't be me.
There you go. Well, I always like to be, like you said, cautiously optimistic. I feel like that's my outlook on football and life. So I appreciate you sharing in that with me today.
I am happy to be optimistic with you today.
All right. Well, thank you so much to the NFL Network's Andrew Siciliano. You can catch him on NFL Network, obviously, every single weekday at the desk.
Glad you guys are here.
Oh, yeah, no, we're excited to be here, and obviously we can't wait for these Vikings fans to be able to see all the content and hear from you guys.